It's been an exciting week for Star Wars fans. There's a lot of big news. We have reveals like the Ahsoka Disney Plus show, which, by the way, excited for that as well. New Republic stuff, there's quite a bit. Star Wars Visions, but honestly, what is exciting the most to Nate and I going into the coming year here is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this is going to feature a return of one of
Yaddle.
Many. No, not Yaddle.
Oh, okay.
No, not Yaddle. Although Yaddle, forever in our hearts, Yaddle. No, although Hayden Christensen, one of the actors to actually grace Anakin on the big screen, is coming back. Episode 2, Episode 3. Hayden is a fantastic actor. Everybody just cringed really hard. Look, I like Hayden Christensen. I always liked him. I get people hate him, but this is a big deal for prequel fans. Now, before we jump into this, I do want to point out we've been doing some different styles of uploads recently, and YouTube is not showing them to people. So if you feel like we haven't been uploading or you haven't been seeing stuff, be sure to check on our YouTube channel. The page is down there. Subscribe for more content like this and ring that bell for an actual chance to be notified, since YouTube doesn't want to tell you. They looked at my channel and they said, Degenerate J is dead, bury it.
Kill it if you have to.
And then Superman walked away upset with his glasses on. Now, here's the thing with this. I think this is really awesome because Hayden has been gone from Hollywood for a while. And you know, he did come back and do some small roles here and there for sure. But we were actually excited to hopefully see him in Episode 9. Instead, we just get to hear his voice. And that's it.
Yeah, they definitely missed the ball on that one. But I am happy that he's actually back into Star Wars. And he didn't let Star Wars ruin his life, like, you know, a certain other Anakin character.
Well, that sucks, you know, too.
It really sucks
It's really
for him.
frustrating. And there was way too much. I hate the word toxic fandom because a lot of times there are legitimate criticisms, you know, in there too.
Right.
But there was a lot of harassment of Jake Lloyd and of Hayden Christensen. And it kind of got to the point where I don't know if this is the whole reason he left, but partially, I believe the Hayden leaving Hollywood was due to his treatment.
Right.
And also typecasting following playing Anakin.
Right. Yeah, so I'm happy to see him actually back and into Star Wars. You know, recently in the last few years, he actually has expressed interest in returning to Star Wars.
I'm really surprised he even would give it a chance.
But he's been showing up at, like, conventions and answering questions and hanging out with the other actors and actresses.
And he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you see any kind of interview footage with him or anything of him at conventions, he seems like a really genuine, nice guy.
Yeah.
So it is cool to see him back. I understand that there were concerns with his acting. However, from other movies I've seen him in, I really think that was more George Lucas's dialogue.
Right.
I don't think that was well written at all. Like,
no.
Parts of it, like,
I mean, yeah,
I
he's
hate
a good
sand.
actor.
He didn't write that.
Well, that's the best line.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, he's a good actor, and I feel like he deserves a second chance in the Star Wars universe.
You know what's really cool about this? To get into it, we're not going to spoil the Obi-Wan series, because really we just know what Disney has told us.
Obi-Wan dies at the end.
Absolutely. At some point, even though he's in Episode 4. No, so here's the thing. This takes place, what was it, 10 years?
10 years, yeah.
After Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Which is about 9 years before the Battle of Yavin, so about 9 years before Episode 4.
Yep.
Meaning Luke is probably around 10 at this point. And Obi-Wan is living in a pretty dangerous galaxy. They mentioned that there are Jedi hunters roaming around.
Yep.
You can't openly be a Jedi, obviously. We don't know if the Jedi hunters are going to be Inquisitors or if this is just bounty hunters that work for the Galactic Empire.
It kind of seems like they should be Inquisitors because that was the whole deal with the Inquisitors.
Right.
Was that they were specifically trained by Vader, which was set up in that Vader comic.
Yep.
To specifically hunt down Jedi.
Well, and we know that the Inquisitors were already, they were being trained pretty much right after Episode 3, and they were in full swing a little while after that because we saw them, was it about 5 years after Revenge of the Sith is where Fallen Order takes place? I would have to think, but I think
it was something like that, if not a little closer than 5 years.
Okay.
But I don't know.
So we know that program is fully up and running, and it's still kicking by the time of Rebels.
Yeah, it's quite operational.
By the time Rebels arrives on the scene. So we don't know what kind of Jedi hunters there will be, but that is really interesting. And Hayden coming back as Darth Vader is the big news. He's not just going to be Anakin.
Right.
However, you did point out that there was a rumor that he would show up without his helmet, whether that's in some kind of flashback as Anakin Skywalker or just as Vader without the helmet on.
Right. I think he actually battles people and then they bust his helmet open.
That's possible.
And you just see like maskless Anakin Skywalker for the rest of the show.
I don't think it's going to be the rest of the show.
But
that does point out something. Didn't Kathleen Kennedy, which feelings aside about Kathleen Kennedy for a minute, didn't Kathleen Kennedy say that there was going to be a showdown between the two?
Yeah, that was the other thing that was confirmed. That was actually confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy and the director of the show, which I think her name's like Deborah Chow or something. I don't remember what her name was, but she actually confirmed, or she said that there is definitely going to be a reuniting of Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Kathleen Kennedy actually said they're going to have an epic showdown. So, One thing I find interesting about that, like, first of all, that's awesome.
Right.
Second of all, they have they have set the bar really high with episode 3 because Anakin and Obi-Wan, that whole fight scene is like the greatest fight scene in all of movie history.
But now they're going to be much older. You know,
yeah,
I mean,
so
Vader got pretty, toned down from what happened to him. I mean, yes, he fully can tap into the rage of the Force now.
Right.
But he's not ridiculously fast. I mean, he's still super powerful, and we see that in the comics, but he's certainly not. I
think he would be more like what he was in Rogue One.
Yes.
At the very end.
He's still very powerful.
Yeah, he's just pretty epic.
Yeah. I just mean I don't expect to see him leaping from platform to platform.
Oh, right,
right. I don't expect that, and I don't expect that from Obi-Wan because, small spoiler alert for Rebels here. I'm going to say that right now. If you don't want to hear this, you should probably bail. But in Rebels, when we see the little showdown between Obi-Wan and Maul, we see that Obi-Wan's more focused on swift, precise strikes and not dragging a fight out.
Right.
So...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you get older. You don't have the energy for that. So, but it's also interesting because Obi-Wan in this... What was he in 3?
He was in his 30s. He was in his 30s.
30-something?
Yeah.
He was kind of a young cat in that.
Yeah.
Young cat.
What the heck is going on over there with your dialogue tree?
Look, I'm trying to expand my vocabulary here.
What do you want to see out of this? Because I am really excited and I do want to see him in the suit for sure, but I do think we need to see him without the helmet, certainly. And I think it would be nice to see at least one flashback.
Right.
Because it's not going to be a big deal if it's just Hayden Christensen in the suit and someone voices over it and he doesn't do anything.
Well, yeah. Are they getting James Earl Jones back to voice him?
That's what I don't know. Did they mention that?
I never saw anything.
About the voice of him?
Yeah, so I feel like with Hayden, you have to either show him A, without his mask on, or B, in a flashback, or else, like you said, it's just him walking around with the suit, which could be anyone.
And not talking.
Yeah, and then it's James Earl Jones voicing, so it's like, oh, is that even Hayden?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like, no, it's Hayden Christensen.
But he was in the suit in 3.
Yeah.
Which was neat to know.
Right.
I just think there needs to be more than, hey, we know that's Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, we need to see him.
Yeah, otherwise it's kind of pointless. What else do you want to see from this, though, before we wrap it up?
Something else I want to see is, I guess I want to see Luke Skywalker in the show.
10-year-old Luke?
I actually kind of do. I mean, I don't think he needs to be a main character. I think that would be a little weird. But I think there needs to be a part where... Because you need to establish that Obi-Wan is actually watching over Luke Skywalker. Or else, like, if he's off fighting bounty hunters or something, it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Because Episode 4 established that Obi-Wan, or Ben Kenobi, was basically watching over Luke.
Right.
All creepily, but he was watching over him.
But going on one last adventure in the middle does work.
It does.
As long as you
establish either at the beginning or at the end that Obi-Wan actually is, creepily staring at child Luke Skywalker with his binoculars.
Lars and whatever. Lars farm.
He's skipping Lars and Owen Lars and Beru. He's just looking at Luke.
No, I do think that that's true. So I do want to mention this really quick. This is a deep cut into the old Star Wars lore.
Okay.
In Star Wars Legends, in the old lore, in the book series Star Wars canon. The Last of the Jedi, I think, The Last of the Jedi. This was about, I believe his name was Ferris Olin, was like this Jedi that basically Obi-Wan left Tatooine because he was told by Qui-Gon's Force Ghost, hey, there's a Jedi still alive. You should go find him and save him. He needs your help.
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan bails for a little bit, and Qui-Gon's like, I will watch over the boy while you're gone. Like, I will keep him safe. So we don't know how, but Force Ghost Qui-Gon...
How does Force Ghost Qui-Gon... Actually, he's not even a Force Ghost.
He had become, like...
The Clone Wars established that he couldn't.
Right. But didn't they retcon that later? That eventually he could?
My voice will protect Luke.
Regardless, they said that he watched over him.
Okay.
And Obi-Wan left, saved Ferris, and then he came back and Ferris did his own thing. Now, what I'm getting at here is that there are ways around this that they could establish it. It just has to be intelligently written.
Right.
Like leaving a voice to watch over Luke.
Yeah.
Hey, leave him alone. He just like yells at people.
The Tusken Raider's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, he just makes that noise. That weird noise.
They're like, no!
That changes every time George Lucas sneezes and had to edit that movie. I don't know. This is probably about all we have to say about it. Right?
I think
really
we're both
excited.
I think we're both just excited.
Yeah, and I just kind of wanted to get it out there because getting Anakin back, the Anakin actor,
right?
That's pretty dope.
Well, yeah, Hayden Christensen was always his Anakin was always my favorite Star Wars character of all time. So I'm obviously pretty hyped.
He's one of mine, so I am too.
And actually, I was pretty hyped for Episode 9.
Yeah, to see that.
Yeah, I literally thought he was going to be in the movie, and then I was actually really disappointed. But anyways.
Yeah, I was too.
I'm pretty excited that I finally get to see him back.
Same. I just hope it's done well.
Yeah.
I really hope so. Or I'm going to be bummed out.
Right, after like 5 years of waiting for the Kenobi show.
Yeah. But anyways, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited to see Ewan McGregor come back as Obi-Wan? Are you excited to see Hayden Christensen come back as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader? I mean, we know he'll be Darth Vader, possibly Anakin in a flashback.
And are you excited to see how Anakin deals with sand on Tatooine?
He doesn't like it. That's how he deals with it. He just looks at it.
He's like, no!
He force chokes it. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Can't speak. Always interested to hear your thoughts down there. Be sure to subscribe for more similar content. We cover a wide variety of stuff on this channel. And like we said, YouTube has not been showing a lot of people our uploads lately. So be sure to check out the channel for other stuff and click that bell to be notified. We have a secondary channel, Degenerate Plays, where we play through a lot of games, have a fun time hanging out with you guys, do live streams, let's plays, all kinds of content. We hope to see you over there as well. Link in the description below. Have a fantastic day. And as always, everybody, stay shway. This video was made possible in part by our wonderful patrons over on Patreon. If you are interested in supporting the channel, please check out the Patreon link down below, where you will gain access to exclusive behind-the-scenes posts and a growing library of about 30 exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, either things that are so cringy from the past I just couldn't even leave them, or behind-the-scenes, live stream tests, thank you videos, quite a few things. Link is in the description down below. A huge thank you to Steve, Jonah, Erwin, and Caleb. You guys rock. We appreciate you every single month, and we cannot thank you enough. I hope to see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic day. And as I already said once before, but you can never have too many of this phrase, stay shway.